Just want to take a few minutes here to go over the policy here in Central Region as it concerns snow squalls. As you recall, we sent out those instructions last fall, and then again here late this summer, early fall, on setting up the snow squalls within Warren and some orientation materials as well. And this is all because of the directive that was updated for snow squall warnings to be issued nationally. And so to make it simple, here in Central Region, all offices will issue snow squall warnings as the situation dictates. And again, those setup materials, hopefully get everything within your office set up, Warren and so forth, and ready to go for this winter, which is obviously well underway already. So with that said, what is a snow squall? Basically, it's an intense but limited in duration period of moderate to heavy snowfall, but accompanied by stronger gusty winds resulting in reduced visibilities and even whiteout conditions. And this can occur obviously quickly with the rapid onset, sometimes unexpected onset as these Arctic fronts go through. People traveling down the interstate at highway speeds, and all of a sudden you're hitting a situation where you have visibilities of a quarter mile or less. So it's not just about amounts. It's not about really amounts. It's about the character of the event, the onset, the suddenness of that, and the visibilities in combination with road conditions, the ambient road temperatures that can result in flash freezing of that snow as it hits the highway. So snow squalls do occur, and we know just from seeing the news every winter, there's always a few of these cases nationally where we see these major pileups because of snow squalls. Even when it's a minor amount, they can occur and obviously resulting, unfortunately, in deadly situations. So a long history of this, and if you look at even the average fatalities over the last several, if not many years, including the traffic fatalities, this is a major impact every winter. So again, that rapid onset of whiteout conditions is what we're really looking at. And they can be very localized in nature, but again, the impact ramifications of being very significant. So we know that occur. We deal with this phenomena. So when do we issue these? Well, it's quite complicated, probably in some ways, in terms of trying to assess obviously impacts plus the meteorology. And Pete and Greg, following this presentation, will go into more detail in the forecast techniques and observations as you issue snow squall warnings. But basically, you're using radar and satellite indications along with reports made from DOT webcams, road network observations, road temperatures, and getting those reports of conditions that would meet one of two qualifications. Condition one being visibilities of 1/4 mile or less in snow with sub-freezing ambient road conditions or temperatures, and then condition two, plunging temperatures behind an Arctic front sufficient to produce flash freezes, along with significant reduction in visibility from falling or blowing snow. So that combination of sudden reduction in visibility, those sub-freezing ambient road temperatures are the big players there, resulting in whiteout conditions and the rapid change in travel conditions. Obviously, in any case, forecaster judgment is really important here in assessing the situation, time of day, and the other factors that are going on that could superimpose and amplify the situation. So the actual warning itself, what are the characteristics of this? It is a short fuse warning of no more than 60 minutes. So it's similar and like any other short fuse warning in that sense. It's issued for smaller geographical areas that obviously you're hitting primary roads, interstate, state highways, highways that are frequently traveled. And you're looking to do this of 20 to 30 minutes of lead time, knowing that these situations are always not going to provide a long lead time. So again, as any short fuse warning, up to 30 minutes of lead time on that. The similar format as any severe thunderstorm warning, this is kind of the bulleted format. And also when it comes to issuing updates, there is no SVS for a snow squall warning. However, you do issue follow-ups. In Warren, you'll simply go up there and select the follow-up statement, and then issue, and with those midterm or any updates that you need during that warning time, and then reissuance or extension of that warning as you need as well. Here's an example of one here on the left, and these are also included as part of the Twitter warning suite. So as when snow squall warnings are issued, it will hit the Twitter feed. There's nothing you have to do locally in your office for it to hit Twitter. On the right, again, you'll see an example format here. Just an important note, and it should have been in your instructions, and it should be already set this way, but it should, on the very top, bulletin immediate broadcast requested. It is not EAS activated. It's just an immediate broadcasted requested service. Well, within that warning, some things to keep in mind as far as issuance practices and the content. Use highway markers, mile markers, where you can, use along major highways and interstates or intersections and junctions of roads. Provide those geographical references. You are limited to 5 points when it comes to those mile markers. As far as when you have other headlines going on, do not issue snow squall warnings when there's an ongoing winter storm blizzard warning. You can simply issue an update to your winter storm warning if you want to highlight areas that you have a sudden change or worsened conditions because of these conditions that might equate to a snow squall situation. You can issue snow squall warnings, however, if you have a winter weather advisory out. You need to superimpose that for a localized area, for localized worse conditions. Including the recent reports, impacts, or as with any warning, are very important here to relay just how important and how critical the situation is. And certainly coordination with your core partners, obviously, is big here with the DOT and EMs on these situations. So how are these disseminated? Like any other warning product, however, again, these are not EAS activated. However, they are alert toned on the 1050 megahertz. And that's all part of the setup instructions that were sent with the tech note and in the previous memos. There's been coordination with some DOTs. I know some states are now doing this, where the DOTs are providing these on their traffic signs. As far as the WEA, the Wireless Emergency Alerts, somewhat in progress here. The capability is actually there now, but most carriers right now are filtering this out. The last I've heard that will be turned on by most carriers, but the timeline is uncertain. There are future updates coming to WEA from a 90 character up to 360 character, I believe, but the timeline of when that actually occurs is unknown. But when that does, the snow squall warnings most certainly should be on WEA at that point. So some things kind of in motion in regards to the WEA part of this. So that's just really a quick overview. Basically to say we are issuing these region-wide now, and I have sent some notes out to WCMs who've worked with these in the past to get some of their best practices and some of the local guidance that they've produced. I highly suggest as you discuss these in your offices, as you come up with either questions or policy that you're looking at and how to do this, please share those. I think in time, what we want to do regionally is certainly come to common practices and guidance and how we do this, and some examples and best practices as well, as obviously this is a rare event, it does not happen very often. So being prepared is, certainly important here. So I will close with that to Kelly and Randy, unless there's any other questions.